And welcome to the stage. You can go nuts for this. Jamie Campbell Bow. This is going to be so much fun. So excited about it. On the middle one, you can say on that one. This is going to be so cool. Do you know what? There's about 3 or 4 different things that you've done, but I only realised recently that they were all you.
Yeah.
Like that does tend to happen.
It's so cool though. Like watching it, and you go, "Oh, you're Harry in Harry Potter."
I jumped out a window very briefly. Yeah.
It was more than I did for that one actually. There's loads, and then you think, what, Twilight, Strange. So I didn't realise it was you in Stranger Things until like much later afterwards. There's so much stuff. What's been like for you as well? You've done all these jobs. What's been like some real memorable, like stand-up moments for you?
I mean, I get asked this question quite often. I think everything that you do as an actor or as an artist, it sort of is. It signifies a moment in your life and a part of where you are, because you're always trying to bring your own experience that you've had, right, into any role that you're doing, as well as embodying a character. So, you know, I can go back to like the first thing that I ever did, which obviously was incredible, which was Sweeney Todd with Tim Burton. Yeah. And like, you know, I just turned 18 and I was stood on a boat in the middle of Pinewood Studios, you know, like, that was mental, like that was really, really nuts. So that's, you know, a huge thing for me. But then, you know, everything that I do, like I say, I can just remember it so clearly. I did a show called The Prisoner, which was a remake of a show from the 70s, and I got the opportunity to work with Ian McKellen and Jim Caviezel and Ruth Wilson and Lenny James and all these incredible actors. And we were out in Namibia and in Cape Town for like 5 months, which was just so sick. But obviously, you know, something like Stranger Things has really changed my life in a wild way.
Is that the one that people notice you most for, that come up? What's one that people come up to you and they're the ones that, because everyone will come to you and give you quotes or things you've said or stuff that's happened.
I get a lot of, I did a movie called The Mortal Instruments.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. You must have been all the people that went to go see it worldwide. So I get that quite often. But yeah, Stranger Things is definitely the most memorable thing that people kind of pick up on. I mean, there's always like, you know, when the show comes out, there's always a good sort of 18 months of like, you're just driving around and you know, traffic light or something, and somebody winds the window down and they're like, "Great job, man," and you're like, "Oh, thank you so much." It's quite bizarre and humbling, and I'm just grateful for those experiences. So yeah.
You're lucky. I got even last night. I get other people. People think I'm other people. There's a guy last night, and I hope he's here at Comic-Con today, because he saw me twice, and he said, "I loved you on America's Got Talent." And yeah, he thought I was the comedian Preacher Lawson, who has hair, by the way. Like, massive giveaway, and twice I told him I'm not Preacher Lawson, and he's convinced. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to give in.
Just fucking roll with it.
I'm
100%.
Preacher Lawson. I said some horrible things to him. I was like, and tweet me on them. Tag me in these tweets. Tell him that's exactly what I think. And he took a picture of me, and I hope he tags it. And I wish I could be sat next to Preacher Lawson when he sees he's been tagged in a photo, and it's just not him. That'd be the best. Yeah. Oh, Stretch. What was Stranger Things like? Because that took that's a huge cult following.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, it was very dark and very exposing in a way. And I spent a long time kind of building the world in which I was living and the character. And as I've gotten older, that process is really, you know, actually the process always shifts, it always changes, but that one particularly, like, I really threw myself into it and spent a long time in it, built it, and then obviously shooting it was just incredible, you know, like wearing Vecna. When are you ever going to get the opportunity to really do that, you know, modern day? So everyone's always like, "Oh my God, poor you, 7.5 hours." I'm like, yeah, it's a long time to be in the chair and having makeup put on, but equally at the same time, like, it's an incredible blessing and an absolute gift to be able to do. And working with Barry Gower, who made, you know, The Night King and, you know, a lot of other incredible sort of prosthetic works is really just been a blessing, and the whole team at BGFX, Duncan Jarman, Mike McKesh, all of them just incredible. Yeah, and like Millie and I, you know, became really, really close, and Sadie, and I love the team, and Matt and Ross Duffer are incredible. It was really cool. I had a really good time doing it. I'm really thankful for the opportunity that I've had to be able to be a part of that show, and all of us are really excited for season 5 to come out at the end of this year. Yeah, woo! Yeah, it's been amazing. I'm grateful to have been able to go in, do my thing, and then leave it where it is, you know, like it's cool. That's a really nice thing to be able to do. It's been a big part of my life, but it hasn't been my whole life, and there'll be other things that I'm doing now which will signify new moments of change in my life as well, which is really cool.
Oh, brilliant. For once, I'm actually going to do this in order. For some reason, I go round randomly, then I lose count. So we'll start with number 1. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Roxy.
Hi, Roxy.
Hi. I love you as an actor, but especially your music. I really like the song Paralyze you did. So I'm just wondering, would you ever go on tour?
Yeah, I would. I'm in a weird place with music at the moment, and I'm sort of coming back round to it. I think I've started to realise that I have a bit of low self-esteem surrounding it, and that perhaps I need to kind of look at that and spend some time in it, because there's quite a lot of fear within that, you know, like with the band that I was doing, you know, we were all very much kind of supporting each other, and it was a different time, and it was quite chaotic, and it was, you know, it was a whole show, but being a solo artist now, you know, it's again like very, very exposing and very, very vulnerable, and I love being vulnerable, but being really, really vulnerable in front of like, you know, 1,000 people like today is a really scary thing to kind of think about. But yeah, I'd love to go on tour at some point, 100%.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roxy.
Hello, number 2.
Hello.
What's your name?
Lucy.
What's your question, Lucy?
What is your best advice to going into the industry of like music and acting?
Oh Lord. I can tell you a bit of my own journey. You know, I always wanted to do this. It was the thing that I loved the most in the world. And I grew up in a small town outside of Portsmouth. I was part of my local youth theatre. And then I did National Youth Theatre and National Youth Music Theatre. And I think that when you do something because you love it and you create because you love it, the universe responds to that in a really pure way. So intention for me has always been really paramount. Even now, like I'll follow jobs that I love rather than jobs that are gonna pay me. So that's not to say I don't get paid. I do survive with my job. But like, I'd say love is a really important thing with it. And I think now the way in which the internet has like blown up and expanded, I think the opportunity to present your work is so much greater than perhaps it was when I was a kid. So that's really, really cool. And honesty, like being honest in your art is really, really important, I think. Yeah, because that's what people respond to, like that's a very human thing. So when you kind of remove the idea of someone else's judgment of your work and actually just present yourself, that tends to be when good shit happens. So be you, put it out there, keep cracking on, and the universe will respond.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And number 3, who's up there?
Hi.
Hello, what's your name?
Ella.
Hi Ella, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. What's your question, lovely?
What was your favourite episode to film?
To film. I really like shooting episode 7 as Henry with Millie, particularly that sort of big reveal in season 4. We spent about 3 days shooting that big monologue scene, and Millie and I just got closer and closer and closer as that, you know, process happened, and somebody took a picture of the two of us at the end of it, and we're hugging, and we both just look excuse my language, fucked. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. But the whole thing, I loved shooting the whole thing, really. You know, like, even something that I was talking to somebody the other day about that iconic running up that hill moment. We had no idea what we were doing. I fell over on that day. Do you know what I mean? And then everyone's like, it's amazing. I'm like, if only you were there. Like, so just all of it. I loved working on all of it, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, lovely.
And hello, there, number 4.
Hi, my name's Emily.
Hello.
My question is, you've played many incredible characters across fantasy genres with really cool abilities. If you personally could have any ability, powers or talent, what would it be?
Someone asked me the other day, I think when I was younger, again, I get so like vulnerable and weird, but like, I think when I was younger I always wanted the power to be like invisible, but as I've grown up I realised that like actually just being myself is really important and cool, so I think power of flight would be really sick. That would be fun. And then Michael Sheen got asked this question when we were doing some Twilight press tour, and he was like, I'd love the ability to be able to appear 3 centimetres to the left of wherever I really was. Which is a much funnier answer, and probably one I should have said instead, but you get me instead.
What would you do though if you could have a pointless? This is the question that me and my friends talk about, because the ladies, by the way, if you're ever worried about what your boyfriends or partners talk about in their friend group, we are idiots. There's nothing of any worth in our friendship groups. What we speak about is, if you could have a pointless superhero power, what would it be?
The ability to not need to wipe my own ass.
That'd be, right. We've all guys have thought about it. That's the question that he's pondered for ages. But we had one of them is that you could hear people's thoughts but not understand the language. That was it. You could teleport but you've got no control over where. That kind of thing. The ability to not have to wipe your own ass. That would be amazing though. I mean, annoyingly we can, but it's a judgment call after that, isn't it? But that is something that we could do. But no one would we wouldn't have any friends. But I'm with you, that is the best one. Wipe your own arse without having to do it.
Yeah.
The paper you would save, I mean, it's good for the environment.
You could just buy a bidet instead, you know what I mean?
Oh, I love a bidet. That is another conversation, isn't it? That is the first time I went
We are fancy bitches over here,
God,
yeah?
bidets are amazing. I like them all. I went for a colonic once. Now, come and see me on tour, I talk about it. I went for a colonic because I ran out of material and I thought it'd be funny. And colonics are amazing, and now bidet, oh, the fun.
Do you see a bit of Lego fly out from when you were about 6?
Yeah. I said, watching a bidet, watching a colonic, because it comes out on a tube past you. I was like, do you know what? It's like Facebook memories, but crap. And, you know, oh, that was 7 years ago. Wow.
Fuck me.
We were so serious a minute ago. John, believe in yourself. Believe, be honest with you. And also, if you don't want to wipe your ass, don't. I'm so happy that this has happened. Number 1, bring us back to reality, please. We've gone too far.
I just had to follow that. I'm Jovi, hi.
Hiya.
I was just wondering whether there's been any highlights from filming behind the scenes of Stranger Things Season 5 that you can share with us that you're not going to get, like, in trouble for.
Assassinated for.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people have spoken about the read-through for the last season and about how emotional it was. I'm gonna echo that. It was really emotional. There's also something else that I'll talk about within that as the show sort of comes to getting out, because I had quite a funny experience on it. Yeah, it was beautiful. And then I think as an actor, you want these moments of like, it's almost kind of just you stop thinking about yourself and you just become something new. And I was really fortunate. I had a few moments like that on this season, and I just love being close to the team. And when those moments happen, it's like it's just this well-oiled, beautiful, incredible, artistic moment, and you all turn around to each other and you're like, oh, fucking hell, we might as well just go home now, we've done it. So I was lucky, I had a few moments like that in this season. And again, you know, just working with the team, working with Mike and Duncan and Barry, a lot of like long nights, a lot of makeup, and a lot of giggles along the way, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's your Hella number 2. What's your name? Hey, yeah, what's your question?
What's your favourite song?
Oh my gosh, my favourite song. Goodness. That's a really, really hard question to answer.
What was your gut instinct? Because when people ask your
Backstreet Boys, Backstreet's Back, all right.
Yeah.
I took a video of myself when I was about, I don't know how old I would have been. I would have been 10, I reckon, when that record came out. And there's like a video of me doing that song, or I Want It That Way, straight to camera, just me alone in my room. Oh yeah, woo indeed. Yeah, so probably, yeah, Backstreet Boys. Yeah, yours?
You've got it. Oh no, I'm with you on that one. Backstreet Boys. I pretend to not love it because I'm gangster as fuck. But I actually know the entire choreography to this whole video, and that is
Sound. Have you got any CDs
Please
up
do
there?
No, because I will do it. I can't help myself. Like, you've seen in Shrek when the Piper starts playing, they can't help themselves. I'm like that if that song comes on. And I used to be a bouncer. Imagine me outside a nightclub and they play Backstreet Boys, and I'm there trying and see, even now I want to do it. That's the worst question. Sorry. Oh, I love that song. It is a great
Jam.
song.
What a jam.
It is a great song. And that's the thing you say about filming yourself. Like anyone that goes to act or perform, that joy. Like if you think back, because I've done it with songs where you put a video camera on and you go to film yourself, and in your mind you go, this is going to be awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
This is going to be, and that sort of belief at that age, I think, is the purest form of confidence. I'm like, hold on to that, because that's the sort of the age. Like now at your age, everything is possible. And I think if you can hold on to that for as long as you possibly can, it is the best feeling absolutely ever. Thank you very much. It was very, very
Thank
cool.
you for your question, lovely, yeah.
Number 3, you got to top that now.
Hi, my name's Evie.
Hi, Evie.
And is there any other roles you would like to play and why?
I'm really fortunate at the moment. I'm working on a show for Amazon called Rings of Power. And I'll tell you this, when I got it, my brother and I did my first audition tape for it in November. And when I got it, I took a video of myself in full tears, because he didn't pick up the phone. And I've been going to work, and for the first 3 weeks I was going to work, I would just cry with joy every single day. Because if you told me when I was 11 that I'd be able to do something like that, a show that I love, and a world that I love, and a story that I love, I wouldn't have believed you. Little me who did, you know, his local youth theatre, playing the French mouse in something like Alice in Wonderland or something like that. So yeah, I'm fortunate enough at the moment to be working on something that I truly, truly love. So yeah, that's my answer.
Thank you.
Oh, and up at number 4.
Hi, I'm Noosh.
Hi, Nish.
Before I ask my question, I just wanted to say that your music is beautiful and soulful, and please don't stop making it, and thanks for being vulnerable. I think loads of us love it.
Thank you.
It's a bit of a niche one. As an actor, I really love doing Shakespeare, and so my favourite role of yours is Christopher Marlowe. And I was wondering, how was it, or like how did you prepare when you realise it's such a massive historical figure you're gonna play?
Yeah. I mean, I knew of Marlowe, you know, growing up. and, you know, skirting around the Shakespeare world. And I'd actually done another movie years and years ago called Anonymous, which is about the authorship of Shakespeare's work, and supposedly that Edward de Vere, the Earl of Oxford, you know, contributed, if not all of it, to some of it, you know. And so kind of the preparation within that was just kind of digging in a little bit more to Marlowe. But as the show progressed, Craig Pearce, who wrote it, and I got really, really close, and there was just this sort of, I don't know, fluidity to the creation of Marlowe and myself, and there came this great sort of enmeshment between us. And at that point, I just kind of let go. I was like, I'm just gonna do and be and exist and just give rawness and reality to what it is that I'm doing in this moment. And like, even to the point where, like, you know, as he's kind of struggling with writing Faustus and, you know, struggling with the idea of sort of emergence from the darkness, as it were, you know, sort of the ascension back into the light after sort of venturing into hell. You know, I did this crazy painting of just like fire. I don't really paint all that often, and I sent it to Craig Pearce. I was like, look at what's going on. He was like, are you all right? I was like, yeah, no, I'm having the time of my life. This is awesome. So again, you know, it was just that thing of just like letting go, I think, and having enough knowledge, but not trying to be anything other than just myself. And I don't like it when people say channel, but like a vessel. Do you know what I mean? Just a vessel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And hello there at number 3.
Hi.
Hey.
Hold on, wait, did I just lose track again?
Yeah, we can go backwards though. That's
Which
quite nice.
way
I like that one.
What number did I ask before?
We were in 4 before, so we did 3, then we did 4. Is that right? Yeah, thanks guys.
Number 3.
Hi, my name's Honey.
Hi.
Would you ever like to be a Marvel? If you could be.
Oh, sorry, is that for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if the character was right, possibly, but...
Have you seen Thunderbolts?
No. Sorry. I'm the kind of guy that likes to go watch movies like Sinners. Yeah, that's my kind of jam. But if the character was right, sure, why not? Absolutely, I'll say that. Thanks, honey.
And number 1.
Oh my gosh, hello.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
it's you.
It's a baby Vecna. What's your name?
Theo.
Hi, Theo. Nice to see you again, Theo. What's your question?
What was the best thing by working with Millie Bobby Brown?
The best thing about working with Millie, she's so much fun to work with. I love her so much. She's got so much energy and she makes me laugh. And she's so pure and honest and fun to be around. And yeah, she just kind of became like my little sister. So all of her, I love all of her. She just makes me giggle. Even if I'm having a bad day, I'll walk in and she'll just make me smile or make me laugh. So yeah, I love her to bits. Thanks, Theo.
I've asked everyone that we've done a panel with, what's the coolest thing you've stolen from a set?
I've got one of the hands of Vecna from season 4, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Anything else? I've got the Morgenstern ring from
Nice.
from whatever that film was called. That's why it did so well. Yeah, those 2 things. Yeah.
I like that film. I watched it on Netflix. You were very, very good in it.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun. Like doing stunts is always cool. Like I flipped onto a table and shit like that. That was pretty sick.
Yeah,
it's fun.
that is pretty. Do they come looking for this stuff? Like, does everyone go, oh, who's stolen the ring? And you go, oh, it wasn't me.
Oh, I don't know, mate. Yeah, how awful.
Oh,
yeah,
it's so
sorry.
weird.
Yeah, that's
I can't believe that's gone missing again. I hate it when that happens. Number 2.
Hi, my name's Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
I love Vecna. Is there any movies or actors that you took inspiration from? And also, my girlfriend Jess absolutely loves you, probably more than me.
Hiya, Jess. Sorry. Yes, Doug Bradley, Pinhead, was a huge inspiration. I sort of went into a bit of like the Stephen King, Clive Barker world whilst preparing for Vecna. And yeah, I watched a lot of horror, a lot of 80s horror. And I remember when I was probably about 14, 13, walking into Blockbuster and seeing the video cassette for Hellraiser and that iconic image of, you know, of Pinhead, and actually at that time sort of didn't really pick up on it, and so like as I got older, sort of dived into that world, and upon revisiting it a bit further, just loved the way Doug presented Pinhead as this very poised, considered force of darkness, and that for me was just like, and even the voice within that too. And I've said this before, and Doug was really sweet when season 4 came out, because I mentioned this, I think probably it was either on a talk show or something, and he posted the video just saying thank you so much, and that was incredible for me. Yeah, so Doug Bradley, just as Pinhead, that was kind of, when I found that, I was like, yeah, that's a good starting basis for me, 100%, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
And up at number 4.
Hi Jamie, my name's Ava.
Hi, Ava.
Hi. And I did have a question, but my mum's just messaged me for me to ask you, what do you use Vecna's hands for?
Yes!
I didn't ask it, my mum did. She's over there.
First of all, Ava, how old are you?
16.
All right, okay, so she knows. They're right, oh, there's Ava's mum, you bad parent. Wait, what? Right, we can guess, depending on which hand he took.
Not wiping my own arse.
Yeah! Oh, perfectly done. Oh, I love it when bad stuff is other people's fault. I've been wanting to ask that for ages. I was like, did you take the
hate myself. I don't.
Did you take the left hand or is it the left hand or the right
It's
hand?
the left hand.
Yes, he's telling the truth.
Yeah, yeah. I am. There you go. Thank you so much. You saved me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ava's mum.
Yes, Ava's mum. Number 3.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
How much fun did you have playing Vecna on Stranger Things?
About as much fun as I'm having right now. Yeah, it was a good time. I used to scare the shit out of people in the darkness because studios are very, very dark, you know, around the edges. So I'd be walking around the corner and some poor crew member would see me and, you know, need assistance. Thank you.
Oh, down at number 1.
Hi, my name is Bailey and I've waited 10 years to meet you, so I'm slightly on the edge of crying right now.
Oh, bless you.
So, in 2020, you were part of the band called Counterfeit and
That's
you
right.
toured with Palais Royale.
That's right.
What was it like being with the boys there? My favourite band, and I have their autographs tattooed on my leg.
Oh.
And later on when I meet you, I was going to say, could I have permission to get yours put on my leg with the boys?
If you'd like, that's your prerogative.
Nothing would make me happier than doing that.
Bless you. To be fair, I've got Bob Dylan's name tattooed on my own butt cheek, so go for it. Do you know what I mean?
Just normal Sunday morning thing.
Normal stuff, just normal stuff. Here we are. Yeah, it was great fun. We had a really good time. Yeah, I can't remember how many shows we did. I think it was 4 or 5 shows. Yeah, we played Shepherd's Bush Empire with them on my brother's birthday, which was really cool. So our family came down, and yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, I'll be seeing them later this year as well, sometime in the summer. So yeah, good lads.
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend at the Manchester show shouted Anthony at you, and you turned around and looked at him. So that was a bit of an awkward moment.
It happens more often than not. I was talking to someone about going to a festival the other day, and I remember I did a TV show called Camelot, and we were camping, and every morning I'd wake up and the guy in the tent next to me would just go, "All right, Arthur." So it happens often. It happens often. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Number 2, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What's your question?
My question is, if you had to go for dinner with one person you've played, who would it be and where'd you go?
I did Thomas the Tank Engine, Thomas and Friends. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Skiff. I take Skiff for dinner, and we go to Nando's. Thank you.
Up at number 4.
Hello, my name's Kate.
Okay.
So last year I was lucky enough to get my first speaking role in a TV show. Thank you. So I was just wondering if you remember what your first professional job was, and if there's anything that you've learned or any advice you were given that you still use to this day.
My first paid acting gig was in Sweeney Todd.
Wow.
And was there anything that I turned up at that gig and knew nothing. Like, someone would be like, hit your mark, and I'd be like, yeah, cool, who's Mark? But I think, because I'd done a lot of stuff in the theatre growing up, like both locally and sort of nationally as well, I think in doing that you realise that, well, you don't realise, but you sort of learn that it takes a village, and that's something that all the best actors that I've ever worked with really, really understand. It's not about you, it's about all of us coming together, doing the work, and being a unit, and that's when shit goes really, really well, it's the sum of its parts, right? So that's something that I take with me, on any gig that I go to, and that's it, just be cool, just be fucking cool.
I was really clueless as well, because I didn't realise that when they switch the cameras to film the angle of the person that you're acting with, you still have to deliver your lines.
Oh, yes, you do.
So they would do their line, and I just stood there and you still have to act. I was like, oh, my
yeah,
bad.
and honestly, from personal experience, do give it, because you will, the other person who's doing the scene at that moment in time needs you. You need each other, and that's what I mean. It's like you need each other in that moment to really be able to bring the performance out. Well done, good job, congratulations.
Because you've done theatre as well. I grew up doing I did musical theatre. That's my actual training. So I remember going from theatre training or theatre acting to then being in front of the camera, and how different these two things are. Because I massively bucked up my first job, and I played henchman number 3. Shocking. And this was a pilot for some cop show that never got made. And in theatre, do you know how you have to project? Everything is big in theatre. Screen, it can be quite subtle and quite small because the camera's just there. And literally, all I had to do, this was the part. There was the gangster, and I had to walk in and literally go, boss, the car's outside. That was it. That was the role. But from theatre, you walk in, your character's arrived. Absolutely terrible, and it's so fun when you. So that's it. So you'll see this when you go to act now, and what's been what's a performance that you
cringe at?
one that you love, that you watch, because there's so many films that I'll watch a scene and I might have to go back and watch it again because it's such a powerful scene. Like you see, like Denzel Washington Training Day with the King Kong scene, that you find out was improvised, and it's stuff like that where you go, wow, what a performance. What's one that inspires you?
I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis is just like a huge inspiration for, I think, anyone who acts, really.
Do you know My Left Foot?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought he was a disabled actor. I didn't know that he was just an actor, like playing the part of a disabled person. I thought, so then because that's the first thing I saw of him in My Left Foot.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Last of the Mohicans came out, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. I thought, well, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? and then spent the whole film watching. I was like, where the hell is he? And didn't realise that was the same actor. He's incredible.
Unbelievable. Just the way he can change is so good. And something like A Phantom Thread is just like, I'll go back and rewatch that movie probably once a year. Same thing with There Will Be Blood as well. And it's interesting with someone like Daniel and a performance like There Will Be Blood as well, because it is really big. Like what he's doing is huge, but it works. It just works. So yeah, I think those two movies particularly from an acting perspective, I just keep going back to all the time. And you know, when I'm feeling a little bit kind of like dry, or if I need inspiration, I'll watch him and I'll be like, oh man, this guy just gets it. And also again, I think spiritually how he works as well is just gorgeous. You know, he only does things for the love of it, you know, and I think that's really, really important, and I take that with me. So yeah, that's my answer with that.
Do you still train?
I mean, I don't go to classes per se, but like, even if there's like, so say for instance, there's an audition that comes in, and I kind of feel it out, and I'm like, do you know what, like, I'm not going to be able to play, it's not going to be me that's going to play this character, because somebody better is going to be able to do it, or somebody that is more suited for is going to do it. But I'll still do the audition, because it's a really good experience for me to just flex my wings just that little bit more. And even if I know that it ain't right, I'm going to go for it anyway, just because in those moments you either get to use new muscles, or you realise, actually, do you know what, maybe that's just a character or something that is not in who I am, and that's cool, you know? And I'll still send it off, and I'll still get rejected, but I'll do it anyway, do you know what I mean?
That's awesome. I have forgotten which number I've got to now, so I'm going to go back just around number 1.
Hi,
oh, yeah.
Jasmine. I was going to ask when we're going to get the first live gig, but that's kind of been covered. So have you gotten any new tattoos recently, or do you have any ideas in the pipeline?
Just show us your butt cheek. That's what just say it.
I got Joan Baez on the other one. Actually, Timothy Chalamet, that would have been way funnier, fuck. My friend Autumn did a new tattoo on me, I think in November. And it's a scythe with some lettering underneath it, and some beautiful vines that she does. And Autumn's amazing, and I love her to bits, and she's just really cool. And then my friend Julianne did a sparrowhawk on my arm recently as well, because when I was out in Atlanta, I have a really strong connection to nature. And so with both with season 4 and season 5, cats were really prevalent in they just appear. Season 4, I had a black cat that just appeared at my door. She lived with me for the whole season, and then she just disappeared on the last day. Season 5, I had a cat come and stay with me for a bit, and also I had a sparrowhawk that would just come and sit in the garden. And so I always see those things as just signs. So yeah, I got the sparrowhawk tattooed on my arm. There you go.
Thank you. And please release the jackets.
Please release
the jackets.
The jackets. Okay. I'll try and be quick now, because we haven't got much time as well.
Hello, number 2.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Jess, and I'd like to know, could you describe how the Vecna prosthetics felt?
Hot, sweaty, sticky, and heavy. But in terms of touch and all of that stuff, it's made out of foam latex. So what we, I don't even know what we call them. In America, they call them pool noodles. They're those things that you hold on to.
Styrofoams, massive.
Yeah, exactly. So it feels a bit like that, particularly the vines, and a bit gooey as well, because we have to put goo all over it, so I look glossy. Thank you.
And up at number 3.
Hi, I'm Thomas. Just wondering, so Vector, maybe a dark character, don't really care who you are, he'll kill you if he wants to kill you. Just wondering if there are any rituals you did or preparing for a scene during season 4 or anything like that.
I didn't kill anyone. There was certain processes that I went through that became what I suppose you would call ritualistic for me, as I was preparing for certain moments within Vecna, certain things sticking up from within that became ritualistic and quite personal. I won't describe them because I think that's just my journey, but yeah, definitely certain things that I would do. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
And number 4.
Hiya, my name is Megan. First of all, I've followed your career since Sweeney Todd.
Oh, thank you so much.
Obsessed and massive Twilight fan as well. So my friends are gonna be very jealous. I get to meet you later on. But given a recent job that you did,
Are you talking about the sexy audiobook?
yeah.
He's a porn star now. Check him out.
I was gonna keep it out of context. I was just gonna ask how many people have now approached you to ask, do you want to meet them in the library?
Right, we're going to need some context.
I was approached by a company called Queen Originals.
Yeah.
Which is a female-owned and run business. They do what's called sort of romantasy, sexual, erotica, audio, cool shit. And I got the offer through and it made me giggle. They asked me to do the voiceover for a particular gig and it made me giggle so much that I was like, if I'm laughing this much just at the prospect of doing it, I'm fucking all in. And it was really fun. It was really, really funny. It was very exposing, as you can imagine. Only one person has asked to meet me in the library. That being said, the library at school was always a good spot.
Thanks, Jamie.
Art imitates life.
We'll try and get round 1, 2, and 3 before we finish. Number 1, and what's your name, mate?
Harry.
Hi, Harry. How are you, mate?
Good.
What's your question, dude?
So my school is doing this play.
Yeah.
And I'm the main villain in it. And as you are the main villain in your show, Stranger Things, I was wondering if you have any advice.
What's the character? Do you know who the character is?
It's this king who wants to marry this girl, but he sent this guy to beat up Medusa to show that they want to I don't know.
You're gonna smash it. No, seriously, mate, you're gonna absolutely smash it. You've got a regality to you. Do you? You're gonna kill it. I know you're gonna kill it. Just do you, be confident, go out there, fuck them all.
Thank you.
Number 2.
Hi, Jamie. My name is Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Just so you know, I haven't wiped my arse since I was 5 years old.
Do you have the power?
I have the power, and somehow I'm still single. I don't know. But my actual question to you is, season 4. sorry. Season 4 has been compared to Nightmare on Elm Street, and Vecna has been compared to Freddy Krueger. But who do you think will win in a fight between Vecna and Freddy?
I think, that's really good actually, because they both obviously get into your nightmares and they both obviously get into the darker parts of your psyche. I would argue that Vecna probably has the upper hand.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
We get the last question up at number 3.
Hi, so my name's Jess.
Hi, Jess.
And obviously the Stranger Things play has come out on the West End and now on Broadway. Did you get to spend much time with Lewis McCartney, and how much of the development that we see of Henry's character in the play is going to end up in season 5, if you can say?
Yeah, good question. So I went to the preview in London 2 years ago and got to meet Louis, who's just the loveliest, most talented guy, just nominated for a Tony, which is incredible. We didn't connect before as he was developing the show, but we certainly got an opportunity to talk about it during previews, when we hung out afterwards. And I think, for me, it was so much about building him when I was going into it was obviously about his childhood, because, you're a product of your environment, right? And so I was really interested in the parental dynamic between Henry and his primary caregivers. That's something that you get to see in the play, and something that he certainly picked up on as well. So we spoke a lot about that. And then I've just seen it on Broadway as well, and they've kind of just blown it up. I don't know if it's the same as it is in London now, because I obviously saw it in previews. With regards to how much of the development, I think if you're a fan of the show and you go and see the play and then you watch season 5, you'll certainly pick up on things. But if you're not a fan of the show and you go and see the play, equally you're going to have an amazing time. So yeah, I think if you're a fan, you'll definitely notice things in season 5 that hark back to the play. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And John, this has been, I just lost myself there. This has been so much fun to do. And so,
mental.
It's been, I mean, I don't know what the takeaways are. We've got Pete who's not wiped his arse for 30 years. There's so much. We've got the sex book, audio. Oh my, this has been the best unplanned thing that has happened today, and it's been awesome. Thank you so much for coming. We're gonna do a quick picture with everyone. And everyone, up you get. We're gonna pull it in. You guys, well, with your questions, you've been amazing. I really look forward to seeing you on my tour, which is happening. Which I know I never bring it up, but I am going to be on tour this year. So when you guys come to, where am I doing the tour? All over the UK, actually. Get on Emmanuel stand up. You can come and sing. Mate.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's always fun coming to Liverpool. I act like a complete brick and you guys just seem to accept me for it. So thank you.